So this is an entire level of Duke Nukem 3D on the 25th anniversary edition. It's the first 10-minute video. I hope it's not too long, and I hope the transitions aren't too awkward. I was trying out some new stuff. But yeah. Already, I liked this, because I like Duke Nukem levels that start with kind of enclosed spaces. I mean, there's something about the build engine from way back when that was quite clever. I mean, it was one of the first 2.5D engines that tons of games were built on, like Shadow Warrior and Narm and Duke Nukem, obviously, and then loads of mods. This is actually from the what was it? I think it was like a bonus 4th edition that was fourth episode, sorry, that was made with the Atomic edition of Duke Nukem 3D, and this is one of the later levels in that particular episode. As you can see, I've started just the level without any weapons or any sort of built-up arsenal over the course of the episode, so I'm just seeing how far I can get through. I have to admit, I'm not on a particularly high difficulty level, and it's actually pretty dark. I can't really see an awful lot. Maybe it's my TV settings, I'm not entirely sure. But it's pretty cool. I think I'm supposed to be in some sort of nuclear power station. Oh, and by the way, I will be taking advantage of the 25th anniversary edition's rewind. Oh my god, the room is literally falling in around me here. Oh shit. Yep. Okay, so I'm in some secret room here. Okay. So that is one of those alien queens, which is one of the, I think, the new enemies from this particular episode. I think another one of the ones that was new was a pig cop in a sort of tank, a sort of armoured vehicle.
That's gotta hurt.
I'm in some sort of trash compactor. I'm going to get squashed. Okay, I've been squashed. As I said, I'm going to take advantage of the rewind setting. I think it's quite a cute little setting you can sort of play. I mean, the whole point is to enjoy this game, how you remember... I'm going to get squashed again. Okay, I'm going to go back again. I really think the whole point of this is to be able to enjoy the game for what it was back then, and it was certainly very cool. It was one of the very first games to feature kind of destructible, sort of realistic looking levels, including in the first episode there was a great mission with a bar in it, of all things. Oh, I'm going to have to run around very, very small. It's going to try and get me. It's going to try and trample me. See, this was quite a cool touch, actually, just these moments of panic when the alien queens would turn you into a very small person. That was very cool. Anyway, sorry, I was saying there was a bar in one of the first episodes of, I think, the original Duke Nukem 3D, and you could destroy all the bottles, and I know it doesn't sound like an amazing thing by today's standards, but back then, the fact that you could actually shoot bottles and they would actually shatter was pretty freaking awesome. And I remember that the copy I first played of this game was given to me by... Well, in fact, it was someone else's copy that someone else lent to me, and I ended up keeping, and I don't think those people ever realised that I actually had their copy of Duke Nukem 3D, and I think I gave it back pretty sharpish, because I don't think it was a particularly pleasant person at school. I remember giving it back to the person who lent it to me, and being asked by the particular person whose copy it actually was, did I have it, and I said no, and I don't think I ever told them the truth. Mainly because they were such a douche. And did you see that transition? That was fantastic editing there. It was called Flash, and it felt like someone had just set off a flashbang. Very clever little bit of build engine trivia here. You'll notice that when those grates opened, they didn't so much move aside as solid objects. They are actually sprites that get compressed to the side, so they're not actually chain link fences, like solid objects being moved apart. They're actually compressed sprites. I got to admit, as Duke Nukem levels go, this is quite underwhelming. It's set in a nuclear power station, and it just feels a bit kind of thrown together. There's like, you see what I mean? There's like these silvery backgrounds and stuff like that. It doesn't, I don't know, it doesn't really feel Dukey to me. I think Duke Nukem 3D, I think cityscapes, and I think these endless button puzzles trying to work out which button to leave on or off, or maybe it's just one button. Oh, yeah, it was one button. There you go, blue card, simple as that. See, it's the simple brown backgrounds, the red skybox, it all just looks a bit kind of samey.
Where is it?
Okay, this is pretty cool. This is kind of Duke Nukem 3D for me as well. Walking into dark rooms, hearing loads of enemies sort of suddenly activating out of their sleep pattern, or at least their holding sprite. Kind of flashing lights and... oh! Great. Got that dude kissing me. The Octobrain dudes I really like as enemies. I think they've got one of the scariest sounds, I think, if of all, to be honest, especially when they're in the dark, because you can never quite see where they are. And they just suddenly loom out of the shadows. And you just have to start guessing where they are. Yeah, one of the all-time best alien sounds. See, again, destructible things. You could blow up stuff like TNT cans, or sort of the alien kind of green, they look like sort of green goo canisters, and fire hydrants. You could blow them all up and they would actually dynamically change the architecture of the level, which was really cool. Again, Build 3D engine, very, very cool. Did a lot of stuff that not a lot of engines could do. I mean, you know, the Doom engine could only do so much. You know, maybe this isn't a code, maybe you just need to turn them all on. Just turn them all on. Oh yeah, that worked. Rumble, rumble. That's obviously done something. I'm not entirely sure what though. Maybe the keys to... oh yeah. Aha, key and an atomic health. Cool. Okay, on to the next bit. Let's hope everything's a bit more interesting in there. Let's get out of the brown and into the grey. Oh, another queen. Not a fan. So these were pretty cool. Not only were they kind of a new enemy, but they also had acid for blood, so if you ran over them, you would actually take some corrosive damage, which is pretty awesome. Ha! You did. And another seamless transition is coming up now! There we go. It's the limitations of the video editing software that I'm using, who I thank the creators of very nicely for letting me use it. The honour is mine, not theirs, that I use this software. Oh, that's great, I've just hit myself with that. See, again, this episode just seemed to borrow an awful lot of architecture and you know, bits and bobs from all the other levels beforehand. It's not the most inspiring, to be honest. You know, you think Duke Nukem, you think, yeah, nuclear power station, that's quite cool, whatever. But the reality is a bit, I don't know, it's a bit meh. It's not a bad attempt, but it's a bit meh. I don't know if I'm supposed to jump out of there, but... oh, whoa, okay. Ah, there's the exit button. Well, that looks like that. I hope you enjoyed this slightly longer level. I enjoyed waffling on like a lunatic. enjoy. Cool.
Gonna rip 'em